Hi, welcome to my first ever video, Art in a Time of Corona. This is Rebecca Coffee, and today we're going to talk about the art that's been going on in my house since the quarantine began. Let me start off by saying that this is the first video I've ever made. Forgive my faulty and shaky use of this camera. Gosh, it's really bad. But I hope that you'll still enjoy seeing the art, and hopefully it'll get better as we go on. I need to acknowledge that I stole this title not only from G.G. Marquez, from Love at a Time of Cholera, but also from my mother, who has a birding group called Birding in a Time of Quarantine. So look out for those lawsuits once the quarantine has ended. Anyway, that said, let's look at some art that I've been making. This first video is going to concentrate on the small wooden pieces that I do, drawings in ballpoint pen on wood. And these are kind of little palette cleanser pieces that I do between larger projects. So they're small, and most of them are available if you find them interesting, but mostly I just want to show them off. So here we go. Smallest piece first. This is a little pygmy goat. He is just a little drawing, very small, but I enjoy doing him. I think he's cute. I like his little expression. So that's piece number one. I really don't have anything to say about it. It was just one that I made for the fun of it. The next piece I'm going to show you is my little giraffe. I love drawing giraffes. If you know me, you know this. I kind of consider them my spirit animal in a way because they look elegant and graceful from afar, but when you get up close, they have these doofy little faces, and they get these funny expressions, and they're just goofy looking. So I kind of think of myself and my art that way. I don't think my art is goofy, but it definitely has a humor to it, and I like that, because so do I. Okay. Third piece is a zebra, and I had no particular reason for drawing this zebra, except that I wanted to play with black and white and line, and I like him. I think he's kind of sweet. He has a nice little mouth. I like that about him. And I like the contrast of the drawing with the oddly shaped wood. I have 3 pieces like that right now on that kind of wood that I find it really makes the piece kind of interesting. Okay, next. This one is a study for a piece that I just have been working on that's actually in embroidery, but I wanted to practice drawing the human heart before I did the embroidery piece, and so I did this little drawing. The bee and the honeycomb is not in the embroidery, and neither are the graph letters or anything like that, but I wanted this to be able to stand on its own as well and be its own thing, so that is the heart. This piece I actually did before the virus, and I'm just showing it because it matches some of the other pieces, and this is more what I usually do. This one was an actual piece that I planned for it to be its own thing. It's not a study, and it's not a palette cleanser, but one difference you can tell on this one from the others is this one actually has the coated finish on it. You can see it's kind of shiny. All these other pieces will have that as well. That protects it from fading in the sun and keeps the ink from smudging if it gets handled or anything like that. I haven't done it yet because ink takes a long time to dry, and it can smudge if you put the stuff on too soon. I'll probably put it on those other pieces within the week. This next piece is a commission that I actually did for my friend Myra. Hey, Myra. She asked me for a piece with mushrooms and snails. And so here it is, mushrooms and snails. It's especially for her, a little present, and I'm really hoping she's going to like it. I would have liked to have shown it to her before showing it to anybody else, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this to her. I could be locked in my house for the next year. But let's not hope that that is true. So Myra, here is your piece. And I remind everybody, if you ever have something that you want specific to be drawn, I do that. So just let me know. This is different than a lot of my pieces because it's more of a landscape than it is a central figure. But I like it, and I like the little snails, and I like the details in some of the grass and that kind of thing. And so I'm really hoping that she's going to like it. And this final piece is a study that I have been doing. I have a large piece I'm working on now. I'm doing Ophelia as a woman of color. And so I wanted to practice with drawing water and drawing water. That's kind of funny. So I did this little study. The big piece I'm working on, I can't wait to show that to you, but I'm not going to reveal that till it's finished. It's a bit different. I'm using a different model, somebody who kind of has a more ethnic look about her. I really want to make sure that you can tell that she's a woman of color. I'll get in close so you can see some of the details of the water around her face. Gosh, I'm really bad with camera work, so it's hard to tell. But anyway, this piece stands on its own, I think, even though it is a study. I like it, and I hope you'd like it too. Anyway, that's what I've been working on. Again, sorry for the lack of quality in this video, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. This is part 1. I have other groupings of work that I've been doing, including embroideries and some altered clothing that I think you're going to like. But this one, I just wanted to concentrate on my wood drawings. So I hope you enjoyed it, and be on the lookout for my next pieces. This is Art in a Time of Corona! And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.